Through this project, we had tried to imagine and capture the experience and feel of how it feels to be sitting under a shady tree, or how it is to feel like to have a thriving garden with butterflies and birds and flowers, and also maybe for the kids having a wonderful playground. All this which is being lost to the fast, rapid urbanization and people being tied to tight plots in these confined residential layouts. The house that rains light is a small project of around 3,000 square feet sitting in a 5 cent piece of land. This land is located in Thevakil in the suburbs of Cochin. The brief of the client was pretty clear. They wanted a very refreshing house to come back to after a hectic day of their IT profession. And they also wanted a house that would be a wonderful backdrop for their kids, for their young two boys to grow up in.
And we have a relatively square-shaped property of about 14 meters by 14 meters. And considering that we are to leave 3 meters in the front and 1.5 meters in the back, and 1 meter and 1.2 on the sides, what you are left with is about 9 by 11.5 meters of a footprint. The road forks here, so we decided to have the carport in the setback itself because we had very little footprint otherwise to kind of build as per the bylaws. The client had mentioned that they did not want a conventional house, so we decided to kind of let go of the compound wall in the front because the road in the front was relatively traffic free. Instead, we gave a small a portal sort of a wall with an entry from the road, and of course the side was completely open, so kids could play football or cricket as they want because it becomes one larger kind of a foreground. The moment you enter the house, we wanted a kind of a very large, open, a spacious kind of a layout. So the only closed space you see is here, which is a toilet. And here comes the staircase. We have the bedroom here. Bedroom again can be closed by a series of sliding shutters here, and the living room was kind of placed here, which is kind of an open sort of a format. The dining happens here, and the kitchen would happen here. The kitchen counter extends into the dining space. So from here, you have kind of only a partial view of the kitchen, but then the cooking area kind of is hidden from the entry. So the moment you enter into the house, you kind of have a kind of a large volume. And we decided to have these landscape pockets inside the house. And this entry, we would have these platforms by which you can access spaces. This is the kind of a very large volume that you see the moment you enter the house. Moreover, if you keep the bedroom and the kitchen also being partly open, you have a kind of a relatively very large layout. And this toilet is accessed from this part and from the bedroom. Now, this being the south side, we have actually taken this setback area into the built space. So what we've done is we have actually created a landscape pocket here as well, which can be viewed and accessed from the bedroom. As you might know, the sun actually travels mostly through the southern side. This being a relatively kind of a hotter side, we have given very few openings onto that side. One large opening that faces that side is from the bedroom, but then it is actually into a trap courtyard. We have a existing well here, and there's very little left for landscape. And to kind of make the kitchen more efficient, we have taken up the setback as a shaded utility area from where the space below the staircase is accessed. The first floor has a similar footprint, but then layout changes slightly. The position of the staircase remains the same, and we have repeated the toilet. We have the ground floor on the first floor as well, and this becomes another bedroom. Earlier on the ground floor, the bedroom opened towards the south. We can't do that anymore on the first floor because it would be hotter. Instead, we decided to open it towards this side, which is the west. The client wanted a very large common toilet. And the third bedroom the client wanted was placed right above the living room. What you're left with is a very large family space. As of now, we have not furnished the family space, but then as and when the need arises, the client has decided to furnish. And in the corner, overlooking the bend of the road, we have a small balcony. So we are left with pockets, which are double height landscape pockets. These courtyard volumes, as well as the staircase volume that rises up and then try to expel hot air. Moreover, we have these series of circular skylights above these three volumes and a large skylight above the balcony. If it is a very large property and you are to build a two-storied structure, there would likely be larger trees on the property. And then these trees would relatively shade the building. And that would in turn keep the temperature of this building lower. But that is not the case here. We have this property with a tighter footprint, and then we had houses all around it. We decided to create screens of vegetation. This screen would in turn kind of shade this building. That would also be an extended garden for the clients. You would have flowering plants on them as well, and also could have these vegetable creepers also on them. We decided to give fairly large screen on the east side because we have very sharp sun from the east, and on the western side. Unlike many projects, the ventilation in this project is not just linear, but then it has these vertical connections as well. So it's more of a spatial volumetric sort of ventilation that happens in this project. As mentioned, we have these three vertical blocks. We have these cores which kind of connects the ground floor to the terrace. It rises a little above the terrace as well, and you have these series of skylights. We have clear story on all these three blocks. So you have this cooler wind coming from the bottom. You have these courtyards and landscape all around, and you have screens in the first floor. So the wind, the breeze that comes inside the house would be relatively cooler. And such cooler air, if at all turns out to be kind of warmer and hotter later in the summers, it would travel through these shafts or these vertical cores onto the terrace and then expel through the clear story windows that we have given. These raised portions on the top has drum-like structures in concrete with glass on top. So depending on where the position of the sun is, because these sides of these skylights are raised, so depending on the angle, these skylight lets in sunlight rain through these series of circular openings that we have created.
These circular skylights, along with letting out the hot air, lets in a lot of wonderful light patterns onto walls, and that's how we christened the house itself with the name House That Rains Light.